Dear beautiful souls, today I would like to speak to you about the experience of time acceleration as many of you are witnessing right now on planet Earth. Doesn't it seem so that a few years back you might have significant life events with longer intervals? So maybe you had big life changes every 4 years, or some of you have big life changes every 10 years, depending on what cycle of evolution your soul is going through. But now it seems like big life events happen several times a year. And for many human beings, it's very hard to keep up right now. Well, why is this so? The energy on planet Earth is accelerating, and with the acceleration of energy, there's also an acceleration of manifestation. And that means whatever your karma is, it's coming into manifestation quicker. This can be very, very challenging, simply because if your nervous system is not well trained in certain spiritual practices, there will be very quickly an experience of being overwhelmed. It seems like, oh, you can't catch up anymore, that you experience the impact of a significant life event, barely can process that and integrate it, and the next thing is occurring. Now, there is a way of counteracting this. However, it is very important to note that this takes a big change in terms of life choices and lifestyle. Well, if significant life events come in more quickly, it means also that we need more stillness, more quiet, more inactivity to be able to actually integrate those experiences. Because only in stillness can we actually go into surrender and let the energies flow. So if, for example, our response to more significant life events is more panic, more attempt at control, more doing things, then actually we're adding to the disturbances. Yeah, it is of great significance that you are able to let your nervous system rest between significant life events. And maybe in the past you would, between those events, you would maybe go on a holiday, you would spend time on entertainment, you would distract yourself somehow and avoid feeling, avoid sitting with your emotions, avoiding meditation. But this is simply not an option anymore. If you are avoiding this, what will happen is that you start accumulating resistance in your nervous system, and this will lead to a form of madness, a form of insanity that you can experience. There are many people right now who feel so overwhelmed, they go into shadow projection and they're constantly in conflict with people around them, people on their job, people they meet on certain occasions. So in order to not get into one conflict after another, you cannot help right now but take care of yourself, because those significant life events, they're not per se negative or positive. It has to do with how do you respond to it. If you have a positive response to it, it will serve the highest good. If you have a negative response to it, well, it will serve the highest good much later. But you will add a great deal of suffering to yourself. So, despite what your mind believes, what's going on in your life right now, what kind of fear stories the mind creates, what the mind says that you have to do in order to counteract this chaos, don't try to control a tsunami. It's not going to work. The energies are not going to stop. So we need to surrender to these energies, and we only can do this if we prioritize spiritual practice, if we sit more in the quiet, and if we meditate frequently and do the proper shadow work, so the energies do not accumulate in us. Yeah, you gotta release the pressures through transformation processes. Contemplate about this, my friends. Be well.